Right, here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome. This is Duncan, and I have a duck on my head. Hopping onto Gloria's Facebook to do a Facebook Live today. This is as the result of a bet that I did with my mate Rob, or it was a suggestion from him, let's put it that way, that if he sponsored me, then he would like me to wear this duck on my head for the California Coast Classic, which is in October, which is a real-life bike ride from San Francisco down to Los Angeles, 525 miles. And so as a result of that, we're trying to raise money for the Arthritis Foundation. Up above my head, you'll see there's the link saying how much we've got, and I think there's a link in the Facebook post here. So you can click on that and donate. We're at 1,200. When we started talking about it, it was $590, and we wanted to get to 1,000 by today. So, yes, thanks, Amelia. Amelia's telling me we forgot the grapes, just in case the duck gets annoyed and says, got any grapes? Anyway, so we are doing this as a result of what Rob was saying there. We said if we get to 1,000 by today, I will do this race, which is the last race in this series. I'll do it on Facebook Live with a duck on my head. So hopefully the Facebook Live is working. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, we're definitely doing it with a duck on the head. So the race starts, you'll see, if you haven't seen these before, in the top right is the countdown. We've got 1 minute and 30 to go. Other things to look for, you've got my power output there, and that's it's going to show my speed as well in a minute. There's obviously me. I'm riding an indoor trainer. I'm not actually on the road. I've got what they call a smart trainer. So we're looking at that to see what's going on. And let's see if we've got a comment already here on Facebook. Nice hat, Duncan. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I know. Where this came from, I've got time just to go into this quickly. About 16 years ago, when Gloria and I were courting, and before we were married, she sent me this duck. This is a duck called Huggy Duck, as I think it was a birthday gift or an Easter gift. Anyway, for reasons that escape my memory, I started wearing this duck on my head while we watched sporting events like the Soccer World Cup or whatever, and the cricket. And whenever I wore the duck on my head, the team I was wanting to do well did do well. So it became a sort of a tradition or a superstition or whatever it was. So Rob asked me the other day, do I still have the duck and do I wear it on my head? Yes is the answer. And apparently today, the answer is a big firm yes. Alongside me today is my ever-faithful assistant, Amelia. Hello, Amelia. There she is. She's got grapes in case the duck asks for grapes. If you want to know what I'm talking about there, Google duck got any grapes. Now, we're about to start this race. We're in Richmond, Virginia. I've got to just get going here. 2, 1, and we are off. This is going to be a reasonably short race, 20 to 25 minutes, maybe a little longer. You'll have seen if you were looking at it just then, it's category C. So on this online Zwift racing platform that I'm doing, where I race against other people, there are 4 categories, A, B, C, and D. I've been in category D since I started, except last week I did well enough, they've upgraded me to category C, because I'm doing well enough in the races. 179 people in this race, which is fantastic. So it's about average for the races that we've done. Now, for those who haven't seen this before, every single person that you can see riding around me there, all 179 of those people are real people. So they are, like me, sitting on a trainer somewhere in the world, and they're going, oh, let's see what power up I get. Well, they are saying that, but they're all going along. Burrito, I'll explain the burrito in a moment. They're all going along like I am, pedaling inside, looking at their screens, and trying to work out what position they're going to be. Now, the C category is pretty good. It's better than the D category. D category is kind of the open one. C, you've got to be able to output a reasonable amount of effort. And I'm just scraping into that. So instead of being at the top of Division 4, I'm at the bottom of Division 3. Now, the problem is, most of the people who are in this category C race are better than me. So I did one a couple of days ago in Bologna in Italy, was where it was based, and it was rough. It was a very hard hill, and there were people who were obviously very good racers, much better than me. They're obviously not the A category, which is the professionals, and the B, wow, thanks Amelia. But C category is pretty good. My ambition was to not finish last. I succeeded in that ambition. Finished, I think, was it 320th, and a 390 who started, and about 360 who finished. So, not bad. Today I'm also doing a C category race, partly because I'm C category, but also partly because there is no D category race today, and I don't know why. So anyway, so some of the people will have gone up from category D into category C for this race today. But the way they're doing it, we're doing Richmond, Virginia, and they've got the A, B, and C. Today are actually 3 laps, 2 laps, 1 lap. So this is just a 1 lap, but it has the same like category C restriction on the power output. Anyway, so here I am with a duck on my head, thanks Amelia, looking to raise money for the Arthritis Foundation. California Coast Classic is the real bike ride. It's coming up in October, and it's going to be 525 miles from San Francisco, from just outside Pier 39 we start, by the bakery, the Boudin Bakery. Ooh, there's a hill here. All the way down to Los Angeles, to Pacific Palisades, just by Santa Monica. I think we actually have to go on Santa Monica Pier and then come off again, from what they were saying. Right, if you look in the top right, you'll see the map and also the percentage, the gradient that I'm going up. So it's 1% right now. This is not too bad, fairly flat at the moment. Well, I'm at 140th out of 179. It's not very good, is it? It's hard work. What I've learned from these races so far, a few things. One, everyone goes early. Amelia, be careful with that, love, you just knocked the camera. Okay. If I go too early, I get tired, and that does me no good, and I struggle later in the race. Second thing I've learned is that I'm better at hills than on the flat. The first half of this race is totally flat. There's actually, you see the map at the top there, just, it's hard to make out, but at the bottom of it there are some green blobs and some red and white blobs. That's actually the profile of the stage. That's the ups and downs. And that shows you that actually we've got a couple of sprint points here. We've got lots of flat bits as we go through the town of Richmond, Virginia. Then we've got 2 hills, 2 actual King of the Mountains classified hills, which are nasty cobble climbs on cobbled streets, and then a climb to the finish. Amazing! Thanks, Bug. All right, so my ambition is to not finish last. I'm doing okay with that at the moment, yes, but I would also hope to do better in the second half than the first. Oh, there's someone going fast, and they vanished. I suspect that's a glitch in the software. Don't see that in real life. No, I'm riding behind someone from, is that Australia or New Zealand? I can't quite make out the flag. JC, from the Sea Chasers, BCSE. But we're riding together. And then there's quite a long gap. You can see on the right is the time gaps. Someone called B. Mary is going crazy there at 19 seconds ahead. Someone else 21 seconds ahead. It's quite a lot of a gap at the moment. Let me close this gap. It's telling me to close the gap. Continue to ride with this person. We are, 8 seconds ahead of D. Xavier from France. And then 16 seconds to what looks like a group of 4 behind that. So, holding it together. And what am I finding so far with having a duck on my head? It's hot. Now, yesterday or the day before, when I tried this out and I took some photos and did a little Facebook Live, I found that it made me really, really hot if I wore the duck directly on my head. Because, you know that old thing about 80% of your body heat is lost through your head. Accurate or otherwise, that statement is useful if you're in the Antarctic and you're trying to maintain your body heat. It's also important if you've got a duck on your head and you're riding a bike ride indoors where you get really, really hot. So what I've done today is I've got a helmet on. So I'm actually wearing a bike helmet indoors, which I never thought I would do. I thought I'd make a joke about it one day. Rob says I'm looking good. Hey. JC, oh, the JC, it's the Lord. Okay, yes, could be. Thanks. Amelia's just turned on the big fan in the room, but it's not going to do me any good today because it's on the wrong setting. We just moved the heat around. Anyway, oh, quick, keep up with JC. JC's pacing me. This is good. Coming to the turn, and then we go back. Now, this course, by the way, look at the cobbles down there. Hopefully you can hear me. The cobbles are loud, so I've turned down in the mix the game sound today. The other day, I watched the replay of Bologna where they had some cobbles. It was really loud. You couldn't hear what I was saying. Some of you might think that's a blessing anyway. Yes, I do commentate these entire races. This course, Richmond, Virginia, is an actual course that was used in the UCI World Championships 2015. Lily says, now I have to worry about what? Helmet hair, yes, I'm going to have helmet. Well, I'd be glad to have any kind of hair, really. I'm reaching that age. But that's okay. So, whew, come on, keep up with JC. JC's helping me a lot here. Just like in real life, if you ride behind someone, you get a bonus, like from drafting. So they're cutting the air in front of you, like geese flying, or, oh, they're using the burrito, they're trying to lose me. Explain burrito in a moment. Or like motor racing cars. It's no good. Because, well, it's no good for me then, because JC just used a burrito for 15 seconds. I've got one as well. If you have a burrito and you use it, it means for 15 seconds no one can draft you. So there's no bonus of it. And this is a race. So as good as it is riding with JC at the moment, in long term, JC is going to want to beat me, and I will want to beat JC. How far are we? Oh, 30 seconds behind everyone else now. As I mentioned, the thing I found out about myself since I've been doing Zwift, and especially doing the races, is that I'm better on hills, up hills, than I am either on downhills or the flat. It's sweaty. But the second half of this race is hills. It's bumpy, short, punchy climbs, which actually I quite like. I've never done this course until yesterday. I did a reconnaissance ride, and the first half was kind of weird because I was trying it with a duck on my head and getting hot. The second half features 3 climbs. First one's called Libby Hill. Hits about 12% and is a little bit longer. The second one, 29th Street, is short and sharp and absolutely my kind of climb. Rob says, lose the duck to be more streamlined. I'm going to keep the duck for as long as I can. Listen, if the duck gets too much for me, I've got my regular headband ready to go and the duck can come off. But I want to keep this going as long as I can because people have donated. Look, we're at $1,200 from $4,000, which is the ultimate aim. So we are doing really well, up from just $590 when I was doing the last race. So thank you everyone who's donated. This has been awesome support so far. The first sort of incremental step, the base camp in the fundraising, is to raise 1,000 by May 22nd. And we have just blasted through that in the last couple of days. Thank you. The next deadline is in August, and they've actually just moved it. I think it's August 14th now, 13th or 14th. It was the 7th, and they moved it out by a week. And that is to get to 3,500. My overall target is 4,000. So we're going to look to do that by August. So again, please keep contributing. And it's been, I'm sorry, love, what'd you say? Share. And share, yeah, absolutely. Share this kind of stuff. Share this nonsense with other people so that everyone can see what we're doing. Oh, are we catching someone? We're catching B. Mary, who I think is the person who went flying past us not too long ago. Maybe they've blown up and gone too fast. JC has upped the pace ever so slightly. So let's pick it up. In the top left, you'll see my watts. Who's watching? Oh, Miss Henley's watching. Excellent. Hello. The Basingstoke posse are in. Excellent. Oh, there's several of us riding together now. Might have a little group here, that's good. So, 233, 240 watts is a little bit too high. Downhill bits now. So we've got 200, it's about right. I can hold 210 for a substantial period of time. I'm getting better at the higher numbers as well. I can hold 240 for about 5 or 10 minutes now. I think my 5-minute maximum is 247. So these people are going to be putting out around those numbers. We're also, now we're in a group, we're drafting each other. That's helping a lot. Although it does mean we've dropped, oh, there's the squirrel. We've dropped down, or I've dropped down to 140th now, 139 or so. And you see, some people have got thumbs ups over their heads. That's when they're giving each other a ride on. Wow, says Amelia. That's the thing you can do in the game. Oh, people are saying they want to bike. So thank you, Ms. Henley. Thank you, Kevin. Yes, people wanting to cycle. It's fun. Cycle with the duck on your head. Nothing like it. Ride on. And that's what they say. You give people a thumbs up. I would do it, but we're in a race and I'm too tired. I've got my little app here. And I can do that and I can see who the people are, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it today. It's not on the app today. You have to look for the people and give them individual ride-ons when you're in a race. When you're just training, you can just put your name, put your thumb on it, and it'll give everyone around you a thumbs up. Anyway, this group is starting to get away a little bit. 143rd. Okay, this is a sprint point. If we were not doing the race, but we're actually just riding around, that would have been a point where they do a little timed sector, and you get on the leaderboard if you're doing okay with it. So, here we go. I appear to have just knocked my contact lenses out. That's unusual. Alright, let's see how it goes. One of my contacts just either came out or it's in the wrong place. Let's see if I can squeeze it back in. If you would like, but he's up high, you probably can't reach him. Amelia's asking if I want to get another stuffed toy. Oh, got any grapes? The duck said, no. And he's waddled, I wish he would waddle away. He's making me hot. The sweat is dripping into my eyes now. Much more than it normally does. Alright, let me focus on the road here. We've got this downhill bit. Then we've got the 3 climbs to come, which is kind of weird. Okay. The suitcase of courage. Thank you, Kevin. Yes. Kevin's saying this is strangely compelling. A man with one contact lens and a duck on his head racing at the bottom of a C-class field. I mean, in English football soccer terms, this is, you know, Plymouth Argyle versus Macclesfield or something. This is not the cream of the crop. That was yesterday, by the way. The professionals do these races because they can't do anything else. Rob said, maybe I need some lemonade. Yeah, well, the duck hasn't offered me any of that yet. The duck went up to the lemonade stand, and he said to the man running the stand, hey, bum, 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 got any grapes? He didn't ask for any lemonade. Not until the end of the song when they went to the store. Anyway, this duck on the head thing is such a disaster because it's making me so hot and sweaty, and I don't have my sweatband on. Oh goodness, who's watching? Amanda Lily's watching as well. You see, it's compelling. Compelling stuff. Hello, Amanda, says Gloria. Now there is a soft toy I'm not wearing on my head, and very few of you will recognise that toy. I won that toy at the Cornwood Show in Devon when I was, I believe, 4 years old, and I drew a lucky ticket for 10p, and it was one of those ones where you pick the number and it was number 1. So I got to choose any bear on the stall, and I chose Eddie, Beddy, Teddy, who is still here. Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's an old TV commercial in the UK. Thanks, Rob and Kevin, for reminding me of Accrington Stanley. Right, tell you what. Riding in this group is helping. So there's JC in the green next to me. How many others are in this group? Let's have a quick look. I'll drop off the back for a second. Yeah, Amanda's saying to get my sweater. I've actually got it right here, but I can't wear it with the helmet and the duck and the microphone. It's too much. 140th from at the back. So let's go to the front of this group, see how many are in the group. 140th up to 133rd, so 8 in the group. And we're about to catch G Friel. Oh look, there's a train going up ahead. Look, up on the railing. I don't know enough about Richmond to know if that's a local train or an Amtrak. Anyway, I do know enough about Richmond to know this is the last bit before we hit the hills. Have I got anything left in the tank? Or has the duck totally worn me out? I'm not sure, but I'm going to have a drink first. All right. Yeah. Oh. Up we go. What are we? How far is there? There's 3.4 miles to go. 3.3 now. So the total race is, I think it's 10 miles. Just over 10 miles, 10.3. And I was thinking 25 minutes. It might be a little longer than that. The hills coming up are short but sharp. And the first one is just a hair too long for me to do my crazy thing where I stand up and do it in a big gear. The second one, 29th Street, I can do that. First one's Libby Hill and I can't. Also in the top left, you see my revs per minute. Oh, dropping off this group, quick catch up. Focus, focus, focus. All right, here we go. 140th. So, I'm fairly confident that a lot of these people will struggle up the hills. Because when I went up the hills yesterday, people were struggling. And I was okay. So, round we go, round that hairpin, back towards Richmond, and then we're going to swing right and go up these crazy cobbled hills. First one's Libby Hill. Second one is 29th Street. I still appear to have just one contact lens. Oh well, never mind. I'll waddle away. Waddle, waddle, waddle. If you want to know which one's me, you've probably worked it out. I've got the blue jersey with the flash and the Z on it. The old Greg LeMond Z. Green socks, green shoes for Plymouth Argyle, of course. How can you do that? Oh dear. So all these people, hopefully around my level, bottom end of C. Here we go. Little red flash on the right meant the start of the hill climb. So I'm dropping the gears. It doesn't kick in immediately, but we're going to swing right onto the cobbles in a moment, and then it's going to go crazy. So stay with it. We're going to see what happens up these hills. I've got to watch out for my gears here. I can't really see them as much as normal. Again, due to just one. Oh, there goes JC. This group's splintering up the hill. All right, Kevin, let's dig deep into that suitcase of courage and hope it's not boom, boom, and out go the lights. Oh, there we go. I said in the Bologna one the other day that, use the thumbs up. Someone's giving us a thumbs up on Facebook, thank you. Oh, you can see how badly a cyclist is doing on a hill by how much their shoulders are rocking. Now with this camera angle you can't see my legs, you can see my shoulders. There's an inflatable squirrel up ahead. Good. About to turn right and go into the crazy bit, so I'm going to hop down into a low gear. Low gear. Some people go faster. I'm going to take this one. I'll do okay with it, but I'm going to save a lot of my energy for the next one. The next one is shorter and sharper. And Amelia found a penny. Well done. Yes, 7. It could drop to 4 in a moment. We'll see how it goes. There's dropping. Oh goodness. Holding okay though. This, look at the gradient in the top right. It's about to go, I think, to 10 or 12 when we go around this corner. Professionals did it really quickly. It's annoying. Okay, here we go. Still got my burrito for the end of the race. 22% briefly then. My word. Gloria asks, what does the burrito do? If I use my burrito, which means I have to hit the app, I will have 15 seconds where no one can draft me. So it's useful if you want to go off the front. Oh. All right, this gets easier now. To the top of this ride. So I'm going to go back on the big chain ring, up to the top. We've already dropped some people, look. See, I was down in the 140th? That group has split. If you look at the map, you can see people behind us really split going up that hill. So, that's good. 2 more hills to go and then it's the end of the race. 2.2 miles. The next hill comes along pretty quick. It's called 29th Street. Oh, that's better. Now you won't hear me breathing, sorry. Right, 29th Street coming up. That's shorter, sharper, very much my kind of hill. We'll go into a reasonably high gear and just pound out to the top. The final bit is a climb of half a mile, maybe a kilometre actually, where it goes up at a steady 5%, which is too long for me to do my crazy things. But hopefully I'll be in a good enough spot to be able to do it. Going down the hill now, 5%, 6%, 9, 10% downhill. Time for a quick drink of water. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The duck says yes. I wish he would waddle away. Oh dear. Next hill. Coming up. Look for the flash on the right-hand side. There it is. We have now begun. All right. Here we go. Big, big hill. I'm toast. Maybe. Okay. Maybe I'm a toast. But I'm not bad at this hill. So, out of the pedals, 12%. Legs will feel it afterwards. But this is good. Burn a few people up. Oh. Oh. And we're off the cobbles. Oh, that was hard. All right, 1 hill to go. Oh. Whew. That was hard. Harder than I thought. Right. All right. Back again. Whew. Right, the question, is the duck going to make it to the end? Probably. 1.4 miles. We're going to flat bit here, downhill, then a flat, and then it is up to the finish. If the duck can stand the uphill bit to the finish, then I can say yes, fully deserved all that sponsorship. Oh, but I've learned a lot, mainly about wearing a duck on your head while cycling. It's not the same as watching the England soccer team lose on penalties. It's just not. I know, exactly. Lily says, well, keep going, you've gone this far. Okay. Oh, here comes a pup. Say hello. Who's this, Amelia? Sam. There's Sambo. There he is. Oh, okay. Where are we? 131st. Hello, Sam. You okay, buddy? There we go. All right. Back into town and then up to the finish. What is there? 0.8 miles to go, is that? So, just over a kilometre. By this point, in the 2015 World Championships, Peter Sagan, he of Haribo fame, had already gone clear on 29th Street and was blasting his way up to the finish. Kevin says we win on penalties these days. Is that a trend or just a short-term aberration? I don't know. All right, who's watching? Okay. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Kokomo. All right, up the hill, 0.6 miles, last kilometre. This is 6%. Look at the top right for the gradient. It's an uphill run to the finish, but it's not a short, sharp one. It's quite a long one at about 5%. Right at the end, it eases off. Last couple of 100 metres. Lulu asks if you can crash on Zwift. Great question. No, you can't. You can't fall off your bike. You can't crash into people. You just go through them. So, it means going downhill is not very realistic.
Pop-Up says, give me some kind of sign, girl.
Pop-Up says, give her a sign.
Yeah.
Pop-Up needs a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. All right, focus. Come on, half a mile. 131st. Oh. Let's keep going. 7%, 8%. Dropping now. Oh yeah, that just got easier. 4%. I don't know if I've got it in me to catch these people up ahead. Normally I'd try. I'm tired on this one. Really tired. Okay, here we go. Oh. All right, Lulu's cheering. Let's go. Come on. Let's get to the top. We are catching this guy, whoever it is. Is that LeBlanc? LeBoc? I can't see. LeBon, it looks like. All right. Let's raise it a little bit here. 0.3 to go. We're at 8%. Hello, Sherry. Sherry Geis is on. Good morning, Texas. All right. Let's keep it going. Yeah. We're into the 120s now. 129. Still 0.3 miles. Oh, goodness. Hey, right on. Thank you very much. I know. Don't know if I've got them or not. Like Paula Radcliffe in the 2004 Olympic Marathon. Just watching it, you're going, oh, come on, how hard could it be? Oh, don't want these people to get past me. Here we go. Now it's measuring me in feet, not meters, not miles rather. Okay. Here we go. Up to the finish. Big gears. Up to the finish. Come on. Let's catch this guy. We can do it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 128. Okay. 128th with a duck. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Oh. My goodness, that was hard. Yeah. Get my breath back. Look above my head. See the green line? $1,200. We've got to get to 4,000. If you haven't donated already, please do so. This is the last of these races for now. I'm going back to regular training because I need to do really long rides. A couple of days ago, I did 35 miles, getting up at 5 a.m. I need to get back to that. So, Amelia says I'm dripping sweat everywhere. Yes, I am. But I will keep everyone up to date. Look, there's a Twitter link right here. Look, you can go on that. All my training, Strava, everything is all on there. And, oh, I never used my burrito. Goodbye, says Amelia. No, I believe I never used the burrito. Never mind. It's all good.
You never used anything.
Right, Amelia, could you get me the keyboard, please?
Yes, I can. Got my Saturday workout in.
Everyone got their Saturday workout in? Well done. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll put this up on YouTube later as well. But I really appreciate it. So donate. Let's get to 4,000. And I'll keep you updated as I train for California. All right, everyone, bye for now.